Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, March 19th, 2021, episode number 649. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, and Wes. Mark is wearing a very fancy suit on this Friday. Can you tell people what you look like? The ones who can't see you, youtube.com/hardfactornews if you do want to see him. But tell them what you look like, Mark.
I look like if a later years Marlon Brando was playing a Mexican cartel coke, like a Miami coke cartel dealer type guy. Like, I'm the king of Miami, played by Marlon Brando. That's what I am.
Okay.
You look like you're the king of bad advice in that suit, is what you look like.
You look like you're the king of like a laundromat dominoes game, like ring. Like you just dominate that ring and like you just take drinks off people all night.
Yeah, it looks like you have multiple countries' currency in your pocket.
Oh, for sure. And sometimes it's just like probably on purpose. Maybe I haven't even been to those countries, but
look like you overcharge for plants.
Again,
but I look good.
/Hard Factor News to see Mark's excellent suit. We got some big stories today. We're talking Florida men, trending stories.
Let me hop in before we get. It's a great show. It's a great fucking show. But guys, before we get into the show, and it is a good one, like I said, I need to ask a favor of all of you. If you care about us at all, if we've given you any sort of entertainment that you appreciate, then you'll just take 2 minutes to please do this for us. Stop what you're doing right now, and on either your phone or your computer, whatever more convenient, open a browser and go to stereo.com/hardfactormark. Subscribe there and get the Stereo app through that. This is all completely free. Stereo is like our biggest sponsor we've ever had, and if we want to keep them, we need more subscribers. So please stop what you are doing right now and go to stereo.com/hardfactormark and subscribe. Now you're going to want to then join us every Wednesday and Friday around 5 p.m. Eastern, give or take an hour, on our free Stereo shows that are incredibly fun and are, the best part is you get to join in and leave us messages and help us steer the show. I'll play you a sample at the end of the show, but for God's sake, go to stereo.com/hardfactormark and sign up. Today at 5 p.m. Eastern, Pat and I are going to be talking the dumbest things we did in high school. We encourage you to call in and tell us the dumbest shit you did too. High school horror stories today on Stereo at 5 p.m. Hook your boys up.
I'm going to share two arrest stories. 12-year-old arrest and the 14-year-old arrest.
And I'm going to talk about falling down a flight of stairs. And look, go to stereo.com/hardfactormark. Thank you.
Yeah,
nice.
No, and Stereo, not only is it one of our biggest sponsors we have ever gotten, it's a great app, and it's really fun to use. The shows on there are super fucking fun. Very funny. Great pastime. So thank you, Mark. Get it downloaded. Get it in your phone. Get it on your computer. It's a fun time. Stereo. All right, now let's move into the stories. Fellas, it's time for the Daily Buzz to kick it off again. We're going to go with the trending topics from the internet, distilled through a proprietary Hard Factor formula to bring you the major trends, a maximum of 10 a day, that you need to know to stay up to date. Now, keep in mind, this list is compiled about 7 p.m. Eastern each day. So if they change by the time you listen, just wait. Probably going to hit that big trend tomorrow. So without further ado, do you guys want me to go number 10 to number 1? Or do you want me to go?
Yeah, count it down.
Okay, countdown. Okay, so I'll start at the back end. Number 10, we're talking about all the hot YouTube videos. Yeah, I'll edge you. I'll edge you all day. Number 10, the hottest YouTube videos right now, the Baby and Doja Cat Grammy performance videos, Justin Bieber's NPR performance video, also going nuts, and the Sharon Osbourne comments where she was like, I guess she was racist, or what was she?
We don't know. Who watches The View? No one cares.
She was questioning the person that was married to Rodney Peete. I forgot her name. Yeah.
Also, Minecraft videos. All the ones besides Sharon Osbourne are fun that are trending on YouTube. So that's great.
That Bieber song is quite the jam.
It is a jam. Yeah, I was listening to that when I was doing this. Number 9, critical race theory. Don't know what it is really, but it won't be taught in Florida. So if you're in Florida, you don't need to know. But Florida will be approving sports gambling, and Mark's going to tell you more about that later on. Yes. Number 8, Armie Hammer. He's back in trending. Guess why, guys?
He ate someone.
Was it because he was raised by an evangelical Christian mother in the Cayman Islands with a billionaire father and a little supervision?
Potentially. His father was also accused of what he is accused of, again, I think, rape. Can't say I'm surprised there. Number 7, the Trump flu. People are trying to blame Trump for anti-Asian hate in America and are wanting to rebrand the coronavirus to Trump flu, I guess, which, I mean, I call it whatever you want to stop being racist, right? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Number 6, President Harris. Wow, this is a good one. Bubba, if you could just roll the clip so the guys can see why President Harris is trending.
Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona.
President Harris and
That's just old Sleepy Joe.
He can
saying
see into the
Kamala's
future.
Yes.
The rest of his speech sounded slurred too, did it not?
Well, I mean, it's
Stop
always
doctoring
slurred.
Joe's audio and
That was
playing.
from the White House. No. The original clip is just as bad. I mean, it's from whitehouse.gov. The guy is a walking blooper reel.
You know how we were complaining about how he hadn't done like an interview to the public or whatever, like
This is
a
why.
press conference. Well, no, just I don't care anymore. How about no more press conferences? Period.
You're
until
just-
he-
This is too
until
good
he-
for us.
Well,
This
it's
is
good
too
for
good for us.
show
But
content.
if you weren't on Hard Factor, you probably want him to just not do any press conferences, no matter what side you're on, until President Harris becomes President Harris.
Well, I mean, people would have said that about Trump and just how bombastic he was, but he still
We
went
did say
about
that
it.
about Trump. Yeah.
I want more Biden. I want more
right.
of all of it. So give
bad.
it, shower me in all the bloopers, please. Number 5, Alexi McCammond. This is the controversial Teen Vogue editor who's out after like 1 month on the job. Multiple fuck ups in a month.
Yeah,
so.
I started trying to read into this story, and I was like, "Why the fuck do I care about a Teen Vogue?"
I mean,
editor?
you don't. She was like, she had anti-Asian tweets, I think, in the past, and she's like, I don't know. She was just controversial. She ran ads for like the Saudi Arabia on Teen Vogue. Wow, I don't know. She's out of there. Number 4. This is
Good. I hated her.
Her articles were the worst. Completely unrelatable.
It's just
Big day for Wes. He's been campaigning for this for years.
Thank God.
You knew all about Alexi. She's like
Yeah.
way younger than us. Number 4, and this is a big one, guys. Putin was trending. I put him at number 4. He may have climbed up way higher than that, but basically, Vladimir Putin is challenging Joe to stay healthy. He goes, I just hope Joe Biden can stay healthy. He also challenged
That's a
him.
threat, by the way.
He also challenged
When
him.
Putin says
Try to stay healthy.
when he wishes you well, he's threatening your life. That's what he's doing.
yeah.
Well, Joe did call him a soulless serial killer last week. So Putin came back and said, stay healthy, Joe. Hey, how about you do a live debate with me? And then Joe Biden immediately said, you know what? No, I'm busy. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Can't do the debate.
What a flex by Putin. He can just throw that out there whenever he wants. He's like, I'd love to, come together with the United States, but it has to be live with Biden.
Yeah. He also removed his ambassador from DC. So on the rocks between old Vlad and old Joe there.
How little is Vlad there? Look at
I mean, I think he's not tall, but Biden's also a relatively tall guy. So
well, it
he's
makes him
wearing
look like he's
lifts.
7 feet tall.
Yeah, his listed height is 6'2", but his playing height is completely different.
yeah, I think Joe's playing days are behind him, sadly. Number 3, the Snyder Justice League is trending again all week. It's like 5 hours long. Mark, I think you said you watched it. Good upgrade from the original.
I was doing like day work and I was off the Florida Man Friday show. I was a little bit hungover, to be honest, because it was St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's,
yeah. Long story short, I had it on and I took like 2 naps, then woke up and was doing a lot of like captioning and work for us. And I don't know. It wasn't that. I mean, I didn't really like the first one. Didn't really pay attention to the first one, but there was like aspects of the first one in there. It was definitely much different than the first one. The only thing I can say positive about it is the ending is pretty good. The last like 30 to 40 minutes is much better.
Good, better than utter trash.
When did the first one come out?
17.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So Snyder had it. Something happened. Gave it to Joss Whedon.
I think
Never
his
hated
daughter
it.
died, and Joss Whedon took over for him.
Okay.
I mean, it's real bad if you've seen it. It's real bad.
I avoid the superhero things like the plague.
Is it kid friendly?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Probably.
dark. It's PG-13, but it's really dark.
Everybody will fall
It's
asleep.
really
when they
dark.
watch it.
Yeah, but your son can watch it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
nap.
Yeah, I don't know. Joss Whedon reshot 60% of it and made it a stinker. Then Snyder, redid his thing.
All right. Well, I guess it's an iterative improvement on a horrible movie. Number 2, March Madness. So get your brackets in. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you want to join our bracket. And just bracket time. Bonus sports one, Paul Pogba for being the man. He was also trending for a second. He scored an amazing goal for Man U. And number 1 trending for this episode was Rand Paul. He was arguing with Dr. Fauci about Dr. Fauci wearing 2 masks after being vaccinated. And Rand Paul was saying that it's theater, that Dr. Fauci basically doesn't need to wear 2 masks now that he's been vaccinated. And this is an interesting topic. Wes and I actually talked about this on our last stereo show on Wednesday a little bit. Like, once the masks aren't needed and the vaccinations are pretty much taking hold, are there people who go hold on to masks that will shame people who don't?
Fauci was saying that we don't know about variants. That's what he said. That was Fauci's argument. He's like, hey, dude, we don't have enough data. So, yes, you could say that if coronavirus stays this narrow, then, yeah, don't wear masks. But that's probably not going to happen. There's probably going to be mutations and variants. So,
right, he's saying basically, even though the current studies do say that it does reduce spread once you're vaccinated without masks, we can't trust it.
Even if there were no variants,
because it might vary.
Wes nailed it on stereo. It's like a lot of Asian cultures have people that wear masks all the time. It's going to be like that now in the States and other places. Like,
who knows better, Rand Paul or the scientists?
I'll tell you what.
I'm not saying a lot of people are going to do it, but there's definitely going to be people.
I'll tell you what. You're going to
have one neighbor that's going to wear a mask.
Oh, I'll tell you, and that's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait for that because I'm here for it. I'm probably going to be upsetting some people.
Just leave them alone. Like, they already have it tough enough. If they're wearing masks like for the rest of their lives, just don't make fun of them, please. Just leave those people alone.
That's not going to happen.
You got to call them a pussy in public.
Yeah, call them a pussy in public. There you go. Like, they don't have it hard enough with their mental state that
leave them alone.
Everything's out to get them.
That's the Daily Buzz, boys.
Oh yeah.
All right, nice. Love that new segment. All right, guys. A pastor, Christ Penelope, no relation, of the Sevenfold Holy Spirit Ministry in Guyana, Limpopo, is causing quite a stink online due to his unique method of healing. Limpopo, by the way, is a southern African province bordering Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. I had never heard of it before, but apparently it exists. It's known for like wildlife preserves, like the Kruger National Park. And now this guy, who I will only refer to as Christ from here on out. You see, Christ is known for healing his church attendees with his special method. You see, what Christ does is he sits on their heads, and then Christ lets out a godlike fart that even Pat can't compete with.
Shut up.
And then that person is either healed or never, ever wants to complain about their ailments again, lest they be invited to the front of the congregation for some more treatment from Christ's holy ass.
Holy shit. He wears like yoga pants while he's farting on people's faces.
It's like that trick where you go to the strip club with like the sheerest pants possible so you can, like, your boner can get closer to the strippers. That's what he does with his asshole on these people's faces.
Yeah, they're like 10 thread count pants.
Yeah. He might as well not wear pants. I mean,
right.
Wait, okay, but fuck the pants. What?
Right? Yeah, it's crazy.
What is he doing farting on people's faces?
Explain.
How many people has he given pink eye as well?
Has he cured anyone from anything?
That's called God's touch.
Mark, everyone that goes up there the first time says they're cured, so they never have to go through this again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point.
You got a little wafer.
I'm good. There's
I'm fine.
Guys hopping out of wheelchairs.
Yeah.
It's the strangest thing. Feeling better.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But Christ is saying that you got them all wrong. He says this has all been a misunderstanding and says, I don't fart on people, I heal people. You see, Christ says one rumor has gotten out of control and the claims simply aren't true. Talking to the Daily Sun, he referred them to his Facebook page where he had statements like, quote, we're not going to be intimidated. The body is the church and the head is Christ. You expect me to go and sit on the church? I must come directly to the head and sit on it. He also claims that God
he did.
Yeah. He also claims that God himself showed him this method, saying we met him personally and he gave us this to display. So This is a message from God, guys.
Did God fart on him?
I don't know exactly, but this is the method.
This is like Joseph Smith and the Golden Tablets, like with the Church of Latter-day Saints, like where he was the only one that could see the tablets, and that's how so this guy's kind of pulling that move. He's like, well, God showed me the fart trick, but he didn't show you guys, so I can now do it to you.
Right. Well, what you're describing is all organized religion.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly,
it's literally all organized religion. I mean, like
it started with one guy saying they saw this.
Exactly. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? There's guys getting hand jobs, which is more creative, blowjobs and sex for being religious leaders. This guy he likes to fart on people.
Did this start as a
charismatic
prank?
As fuck?
Did this start as a prank with him and his buddies? And he's
I don't think so. I think
he's like, I bet I can do this. I bet I can make a living out of this.
Right, and for a guy like he's got so much, it takes a lot of balls to try to do this, and that kind of balls demands respect from people. They're like, Jesus, this guy's fucking serious about this.
Pat, I will say though, the older religions, they're ancient enough where you could like hide the roots. Like these guys who are
prehistory,
right now, like claiming that they're the only ones that have been told. That's like that's a different spin on it.
I agree. Will Mormonism, right, is pretty recent for how
the history.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
Scientology, like like these guys existed like in our life.
Mormonism got in just under the wire. A couple more years wouldn't have been possible.
I actually don't agree with that. If you think about it, like with all these religions like Mormonism and Judaism and all these religions, they have components of them that have modern touches to them.
Mm-hmm.
What's more of a day old tradition than farting, man? Farting has it's lasted from the dinosaurs to now.
But Bubba, you have to.
This has roots in forever.
You think
Bubba, you have to
people.
believe? So do you believe that God then instructed him to fart on people's faces? Because that's what you got. That's what you got to believe going into
laughter is the best medicine, and what makes you laugh harder than a fart? That is the original medicine. I might become a fartinist.
I think.
Are you still Dutch ovening yourself?
No, I Dutch oven my girlfriend though. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're a Dutch oven guy. I can see. I can tell immediately you're a Dutch oven guy.
Big time.
Fraternity brothers.
Just the way you said it. Oh god.
Stop making fun of Bubba's fraternity. He was the president.
I love it because Bubba was just hard on him. He was hard on those pledges. We know that there's pledges.
Give it to him, man. That Bubba was so hard. Bubba was so hard on the pledges.
Bubba was farting in so many cups and then like unleashing the cup and then
saying, "Hey, I heard you were thirsty."
grabbing his girlfriend's head.
But like this guy's making a living. Sorry, Wes. I know you want to get back to it. This guy's making a living out of like convincing people that he's healing them with farts. If I was like Google or Facebook or like some multi-billion-dollar company, I would hire him to be head of sales yesterday.
Right,
I'd be on the phone with this guy.
Oh no! I mean,
he can sell farts.
You could sell anything.
This guy can sell farts.
He can't be tamed though. That's the thing. He can't be tamed.
I mean,
he can sell ketchup to a woman in white gloves.
He's an HR nightmare.
Farts on faces. Yeah,
HR nightmare.
Oh, for sure, dude. He's 10-ply farting on eyes,
but he's going to get results.
Yeah.
He's old school that way.
Yeah, he's getting results. I mean, these people are desperate, obviously. Other pastors are not having it, though. Bishop Miso Mabunda from Meadowland said, quote, "These are exactly the deeds the Bible warned us against. It said at the end of the world, there'd be people would do things that would shock us." So he sees this farting pastor as a sign of the end.
He said, "You can't heal with farts."
Right. Yeah.
That guy's got a strong argument.
Yeah.
That is, you could definitely work this in as like a part of Revelations for sure.
Yeah. Not everyone's on board though. Like people are saying, when we come to church, it's because we need the prayers not to be farted on. That's not what I signed up for. I needed prayers, not fart. He should pray to his God and ask to give him another way. Any other way of healing people was another man's quote. So
can we get Martin Sempa's opinion on this? Eat the poo poo guy.
Yeah,
I'm sure
he's in.
Sure, he's not. No. Martin
Sempa, he's not.
Martin Sempa is.
That guy. Yeah,
he's like, this is a slippery slope. Yeah,
right.
He thinks the next step here is putting a hand in there.
Yeah, it's a little too gay for Martin.
Yeah.
So, interesting stuff going on over there in Limpopo.
Wow. All right, guys, we're gonna switch gears.
Okay.
An internal working conditions survey conducted by junior analysts at the mega investment bank Goldman Sachs that was set out to assess the overall job satisfaction of junior analysts was circulated on Twitter yesterday. And the major takeaway, guys, in my opinion, is that they surveyed some clueless, whiny pussies. It's just some real pussies over here. And I'm going to tell you,
Sachs?
Yeah, the Goldman Sachs.
You don't say that like white collar bankers are a little bit like upper crust and maybe expect the finer things in life.
I'm not saying that necessarily. What I'm saying, it's more of a generational thing. Well, these guys are brand new. They're the newest guys at the company, and this survey features 13 of them. They interviewed 13 of them, all soft, all banking analysts who are entry level positions, complaining about 100-hour work weeks, quote, inhumane conditions, quote, abuse from their higher ups. So these are some of the things.
They had a bunch of Bubbas as their bosses.
Oh my God.
You know, they're entry level, but they're making like $300K.
Well, the investment bankers are the floor is high.
Yes,
the floor is so high, and the bonuses at the end of the year are so high.
Right. It's more like $150K for your first year, but then again, like, show me a fucking job you can get $150K for out of college,
and a $50K bonus.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. So little background for those of you guys who don't know. Let me tell you about Goldman Sachs. So they're top 8 investment banks in the world, and when you hear people talking about the 1%, like the rich folks, they're not talking about your rich buddy whose dad has a timeshare on a small jet. No, they're talking about these guys. These guys have all of the money in the world. They're the same guys who fucked the little guy so hard and for so long that in 2008 they collapsed the greatest economy in the world and then got bailed out by the taxpayers. Happened to be the little guy they fucked in the first place. It's like sending your rapist a thank you note.
You're talking about the real estate bubble and stuff.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about every time there's a horrible economic collapse and we just bail out all the giant companies and brokerage firms and banks. Yeah. I mean, like what's probably going to happen again, like shortly, probably.
Yes. Right.
Yes,
so,
like that. Well, yeah.
Understood though. You know, these guys, this is a certain type of job. It's the type of job where it's all about
type of job where you love just taking advantage of the fact that there's no restrictions on the market and that
and you just own it.
Want with money in the United States.
Right. So anyway, guys, if you're smart and you're connected and you're lucky enough to get a job at one of these investment banks and you're able to stick it out, you're on a path that could make you among the richest 1% of the people in all of the people, just people, period, which is insane. There's no other opportunity like it, like none. And guess what? It fucking sucks, like hard. But to put a little context, as Mark said earlier, first year analyst, $150K a year. What?
You know what they're doing, Pat? They're trying to like weed the people out. If you can't deal with 100-hour work weeks for like 2 to 3 years and then it gets better,
how are you going to do it for 50?
No, because it gets better. They do less when they get higher up. It's how are you going to not tattle to a journalist about the human sacrificing and shit going on and like the horrible sex fantasies on islands when you go with Epstein and stuff.
That's a good point.
They're trying to weed out losers and pussies, Pat. So
100% Mark, because guess what? Not everyone can be fucking rich.
Stuff like human rights, and all those kinds of things.
Well, let's get into how bad it is, right? So how bad is it, right? So here's some select quotes from the pussies and key takeaways from the surveys. And keep in mind, guys, this is a survey created by the newest guys at the company that no one asked for, that they interviewed the newest guys at the company, and then they circulated it. So it was a real pussy cry fest altogether from the newest guys. Here's one quote. The sleep deprivation, the treatment by senior bankers, the mental and physical stress. I've been through foster care, and this is arguably worse. And to me, it sounds like you got super lucky with your foster care experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, now they're going to call you an orphan at the office.
Exactly. Go back to foster care. Here's the next one. Quote. Being unemployed is less frightening to me than what my body might succumb to if I keep up this lifestyle. That sounds like someone who's never been unemployed with a family. Fuck you, you 24-year-old rich asshole. This next one is a takeaway, guys. So this was a slide titled Hours Worked, and it reads, quote, if working conditions do not change in the next 6 months, most first-year analysts say that they are unlikely to stay at Goldman Sachs.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's the fucking point.
That's the whole point, you fucking loser.
Right. Yeah. For some smart guys, these guys are fucking dumb, bro. All right. Here's another quote. What's not okay to me is the 110 and 100. Bubba, you can kill this graphic. What's not okay to me is the 110 and 120 hours over the course of a week. The math is simple. That leaves 4 hours a day for eating, sleeping, showering, bathroom, and general transition time. This is beyond the level of hard working. This is inhuman abuse. Well, why the fuck did you go into investment banking then, dickhead?
Agree. You should know the end game, like Mark's talking about.
People don't. There's a clear end game, which you're told when you go into this, that you have like 2 to 3 years of this hell, and you did, like you said, Pat, you didn't stumble in this. You went to school for this. You did internships for this. You used all of your connections and all of your resources, and you fucking fought and clawed to get at this goddamn place. And
but it's hard.
And then it's too hard for you. You fucking pussies.
It's like they're trading 3 or 4 years of their lives so that they can potentially retire at their 10-year anniversary. Oh, what's the fucking trade, you dumbasses? You fucking idiots.
Look,
you chose a job that is only about money. This job is you chose the job that's just money. And you're complaining because it's hard. Because
they're not handing it to people.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you don't understand what the dollar is all about, you probably shouldn't get into banking. Right?
Yeah, and we're not saying that everyone should get into Goldman Sachs if they can, but if that was your mindset for like multiple years and you get in, then get more addicted to Adderall than you were.
What do you think? What do you think they're going to make you do once you get past the trading phase? They're going to make you like go shut down companies, fire 1,000 people at a time.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
They're going to make you do all kinds of crazy shit.
Literally shut down companies.
Yeah, you're going to be like a hatchet man. So like you're going to be ruining people's lives, taking away their fucking pensions. You think that it's going to stop? You think you're going to stop having to do hard shit that's like morally reprehensible to make a buck after your fucking first year?
We have a friend of the program that we went to school with, all of us, and he got through it, and he's making tons of money. He's very, very successful, very intelligent, and he said like during the early years, him and his junior people, they'd be like giving presentations to the senior people or whatever, or like a client, and like boom, people would pass out like during the presentation that they were giving because they were so exhausted, and someone would just like grab the mouse and like just start clicking and like take over the presentation.
Yeah, but he's not a pussy. He made it through. He didn't pass out.
Through. He's working. He's working definitely a lot of hours, but much less hours.
Dude, it's like you ask these kids, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And if the answer is money, then go be an investment banker.
Exactly. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to do what it takes. You have to be willing to set certain things aside that you might not be comfortable with, like, dude, in your mind.
It's like a guy
make
wants
that money.
It's like a guy that wants to play football, but then he gets hit once and he quits.
Yeah, right. Like, you don't like contact.
Well, then why'd you play football?
If you like breaking bones for 10 years, stick it out for 10 years, then you could make per year more than all 4 of us make in a year.
And you could make a difference potentially with your money. Like if you wanted, then if you grow a conscience or whatever, like you could spend all your money doing good things,
or you could just race to be the richest person in the world, like I think a lot of these guys are doing.
When you have that much money, you do whatever you want.
Anyway, I'm sure these soft pussy surveys went over really well when it started circulating internally. The new guys, but hey guys, it wasn't just complaints. The newest guys at the company also came up with some solutions to make their lives and jobs easier. Here is one quote: "The Friday night 9 p.m. policy and Saturday policy need to be respected. Junior bankers should not be expected to do any work after 9 p.m. Friday or all day Saturday without a pre-approved exemption. And that is to only safeguard personal time that we get. It's our only personal time." Fuck you.
They don't understand it.
These people suck that wrote this thing.
And finally, this one will resonate with farmers. They suggested putting a cap, 80 hours a week, not 1 hour more. You know how much farmers make a year? Maybe 75 grand. You know how much they work? 80 hours a week, you dickheads. You fucking spoiled bitches.
You guys chose this. It's not going to change because your stupid little survey seminar or whatever. Like, nice job, Jerry Maguire's. Not gonna fix anything.
I mean, isn't that anti of what the whole entire banking industry is about?
It's about capitalism, right?
Capitalism, moving fast and making money at any time.
It's not communism. You don't work 40 hours a week. There are tons of jobs where you work 40 hours a week.
So
like
counter
federal government, but
it's so counter to the entire mindset of the actual like industry.
It's not going to change in that industry.
Yeah. They're handing the new guy $1 million opportunity and they're razzing him a little bit before he gets to cash it in. Can you believe it?
It's a hazing period. It's just
This is going to be an example. This whole thing is going to be an example for future hires. Like, if you do this, you're out.
Yeah.
For
legally, they're probably going to like be like, oh, and tell us if you're having problems. But then you just get, I mean, as soon as you say like you're having problems, you're just done.
They're going to have to do
they pretend like they care.
A whole new vetting process of hiring to see like how pussy the people they're hiring are.
Because like these banks have to dance a line probably like HR wise. They can't just straight up tell you that you're just never going to make it. And that like I don't know how they do it.
Dude, they should go to the border and get some of these child immigrants who will definitely work hard and get them to like take
Kid City.
Yeah, they need to go to Kid City and start recruiting grounds. Kids.
It's like signing up for the army and then complaining privately that they made you kill someone.
Yeah.
The amount of sit-ups and push-ups are inhandleable.
The United States government made me kill someone.
Yeah,
that's because you joined the army, man.
Yeah, no, that's not okay. Don't write that. Just get out. Just quit. And which is fine. If it's not for you, quit, but don't write that fucking memo. All right, guys, as you can see, I'm dressed for Florida. So let's do a few Florida Man stories. For full Florida Man episodes, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/hardfactor. So first up, and actually before I get into these, I'd like to point out that they're both feel-good stories. And this, Feel Good Friday. Let's get into it. First up, we've talked about bad neighbors before in stories we've covered, and I think we've been asked about bad neighbors on stereo shows and elsewhere, but we haven't talked about the best neighbors. Have you guys ever had like awesome neighbors?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Growing up, our neighbor used to give me fireworks when I was a kid.
Ooh, baby.
It was awesome. Just light them off in the
my neighbor used to fuck Wes.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
That's good for Wes.
I like that neighbor. Yeah, that's a good neighbor.
Wes, what else? You got any good neighbors?
Just pumpkin bread lady, people that I like neighbors that would bake, like on special holidays, I'd get like a pumpkin bread or something. Yeah.
I had an awesome house of neighbors summer of junior year of college when I lived at the beach with friends in the Outer Banks. The house next door, we had 6 friends. House next door had 6 friends that they went to school with and stuff. And so we became 12 friends that summer. Actually more like 11 halfway through because one of the guys at the other house kept sleeping with everyone's girlfriends. But the other people were awesome. Yeah.
Besides that one guy who really fucked everything
Besides
up.
the one guy that home wrecked like 3 relationships that summer. Yeah, not mine because I was single, but
that guy could sell farts.
He could sell farts.
Congregation.
He was like he was like taking people to the beach like in front of their boyfriends and like just like coming back and they're like just like their hair's all disheveled and we're like he did it again.
Jesus. Who was this guy? Yeah, who was this piece of shit?
I don't know, but he had like half his calf missing because he got in a car accident. So
it's always like someone
had like a shark bite incident.
It's like some familial relationship, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck that guy. Anyways, well, Amanda and Thomas Evans are pretty good neighbors. They moved from Fort Myers to Cape Coral last year, right as the pandemic was ramping up. And so they had a hard time meeting neighbors because, they moved. Everyone's kind of indoors. It's masked, they're scared. Something apparently they cared about was making friends with the neighbors. Not me, but them. So after struggling to meet and make friends with the neighbors, they came up with a plan and made a flyer that said, "Hi, we're new to the neighborhood and would like to meet our lovely neighbors. We will be in our driveway with drinks, ready to meet any neighbors who would like to stop by. We can't wait to meet you." It also said free beer, like on the big thing. So guess what?
You're going to get a lot of people.
Nice.
Guess what? This is Florida. They met the neighbors. Everyone showed up. It was like moth to a flame. They showed up.
You can do that. I was living in like a new neighborhood down in Texas, and like if you advertise that you're going to have booze at your house, the whole entire everybody will stop by.
Yeah, a few towns over, even probably. I think we have a few pictures of some of the neighbors they met. Bubba, if you want to throw any of them up there. Here's some of them. Yeah, there they are. There's the neighbors that showed up. There they are. Yeah, I mean, of course they met the fucking neighbors. So yep, look at that guy's. That guy's gonna hit his wife in the top there as a kid. So yeah, pretty nice story. Pretty cool move by the Evans although they might have opened Pandora's box with that neighborhood.
Yeah, they're in their marriage.
You think? Well, it's gonna be tough. They're both gonna get hit on.
Yeah.
What happened?
I hammered people inside their house.
Just all the homeless people, all the cheap people in the neighborhood. Everyone's going to show up.
Yeah, I mean, people are just going to roll through. They're like, "Hey, you got a beer, buddy?
You got another shindig going on?" And force the issue. Speaking of opening Pandora's box, Governor DeSantis has been meeting with gambling stakeholders in the state of Florida, like the Seminole Tribe of Florida and the pari-mutuel wagering and card room folk, in order to expedite the legalization of sports gambling in the state of Florida. DeSantis wants it officially on the 2021 docket before the state Congress session ends April 30th. So he's got like 6 weeks.
He's going to make it happen, huh?
That's exactly what the citizens of Florida need. Legal sports gambling.
Well, they already have the only live events back. So then they're going to get the bet on them too.
So
Florida sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, Florida's like they're. You're right. Well, apparently, they need the Indian tribes to buy in because they have an exclusive deal with the casino gaming in the state, and I don't know. DeSantis is trying to like smooth things over with the Indian tribes who shot down this thing in 2019. The Trumps are on board. Obviously, Eric Trump said the Trump Doral Golf Course Resort would be a great place for gambling, and apparently Tom Brady is being used to grease the wheels between rich people and politicians as he's been meeting on the super yacht of real estate mogul Jeff Sofer and chatting up House Republican Speaker Chris Sprouse allegedly about this gambling stuff. And Sofer's trying to open up a mega casino. So Florida sounds like Vegas, like in the early days of Vegas. Like right now, they're all making deals. All the rich people are trying to open casinos and
add some casinos onto those beaches.
Yeah, Florida's about to be lit.
Yes, that sounds fucking amazing.
That's why I'm wearing this outfit. You know what I mean?
Fantastic update from the Sunshine State. All right, let's kick it over to the Golden State, opposite coast, West Coast, California, to talk about their never-ending COVID lockdown finally ending, Florida style. Oddly enough, right after the petition to recall Governor Newsom got the signatures it needed. Weird how that happened. How they're all of a sudden opening up right after that happened. In great news, for those with diamond hands, AMC theaters in California are opening today, making AMC theaters 98% operational again across the entire business.
Whoa.
AMC shares are on the uptick again. And finally, you can actually watch a movie in Hollywood once more in the theater. So I'm not big on the Academy, as we all know, but I do love movies and movie theaters, and they are the absolute best. So I'm happy they're opening in California.
Will's like, this didn't get good reviews, did it? Good.
Yeah.
I don't like a 10.
I
like an 8.
I want a tub of popcorn and a shitty
7.
movie.
Exactly. It's I'm a big time Fast and the Furious guy.
I like a movie I can theorize about how I could improve it if I made it.
Yep. Well, no, I like movies where I can get drunk and laugh at it, and then I don't feel like I've wasted my money. A drama's too much for me. So
where you don't have to talk about it for the next 3 hours. How'd that make you feel?
a drama's
no, it was the Fast and the Furious. I'm just jazzed up.
Less great news though for California from listener Jax Mays. While they will be reopening theme parks on April 1st, there's a huge catch. They don't want people screaming on roller coasters. So you heard me correctly. They're going to ask you to try to keep your mouth shut and silent on roller coasters when you ride them in theme parks. Specifically, the California Attractions and Park Association revealed that it had the, quote, ability to limit activities that are known to cause increased spread, which include singing, shouting, and heavy breathing. So no indication on how they plan to limit those, but there's probably a poor fucking kid who's going to have to stand at the ride and remind you to not scream or breathe heavily right before you take off on the roller coaster.
You're going to get shushed on a roller coaster?
Yeah.
They're doing lifetime fitness rules.
Yeah.
This is really for the people in the back, the caboose of the roller coaster, right? Because the
front people. Well, right.
Well, Pat, sometimes spit might go up in the air and backwards.
Interesting enough, I got a phone call for Whiskey Shivers, a band I used to work with, to do a TV show. I'm not going to say which one, but it's coming out soon. And they were like, yeah, we want
Temptation Island.
Yeah, it's Temptation Island. But they were like, we want them to perform in this show like live, and they're going to tape it for the scene. I'm like, that's awesome. And the woman was like, the only problem is COVID rules, no singing on sets.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
so it's lip syncing.
Why are you hiring us? I don't know how the fuck they were going to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, but think about that. So how are you going to go on a roller coaster and not scream? Has anyone like?
It's insane.
Are they going to glue your mouth shut? Like
it's only for tough guys.
No one's going to do
it. It's insane.
I can do it. There's like 3 tough guys.
They're also going to require masks and social distancing, so they'll seat you further apart on the roller coaster. Yeah, but I mean, like they expect you to keep your excitement inside the mask, which I don't really know.
What's the point of going on a roller coaster if you can't?
I know
you got to put your hands down.
But this is what I have a similar question to Rand Paul, to Dr. Fauci. Like, can't you get a no mask bracelet after getting the COVID vaccine? Because there are recent studies that say that the vaccine does help stop the spread of asymptomatic, Bubba, if you got the image so the boys can see. But it's just, there's studies coming out that say that it does help. So it seems like
of course it helps.
Nice.
Yeah,
Can't you just get the bracelet and like be like, all right, now I can crush beers and yell on a roller coaster?
I almost abandoned this show because I was in line to get my first shot of the vaccine, but I didn't.
Wow. Well, we would have understood, Mark. That would have been for the cause. We get it.
Thanks,
But
Mark.
It's gonna happen soon.
I don't know. At least you weren't on a no yell roller coaster. That would have been worse.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Guys, time to talk about Cuts Clothing. Fellas, the sport of business means demanding excellence from your craft and wardrobe. Your fits need to be versatile, blending timeless style and comfort so that you look as good as you feel. For that, there's Cuts Clothing. They've taken a classic men's fashion staple, the plain tee, and refined it, combining premium quality with a minimalist aesthetic. Built for performance in the boardroom, the bar, or the gym, Cuts Clothing keeps you sharp wherever the game takes you. Take a plain tee, but make it Tony Stark. The bleeding edge of fabric technology meets the man confident enough to wear it. Cuts Clothing. The perfect t-shirt, right? Accomplished. Next, Cuts sets out to create fabric uniquely engineered for each clothing style. Consider the new Cuts hoodie where they developed Hyperloop French terry fabric, a textile that's temperature controlled and ageless. And those are nice hoodies.
Oh, and the shirts. I mean, the fabric is like, it's crazy. It feels like you're in the future.
I love a good t-shirt and hoodie. Yeah.
You're being farted on by God.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you're healed. You'll never need to take it off, and you certainly won't want to. Or try the wrinkle-free Pika Polo, a design that keeps you fitted for the office, the golf course, at home, the gym, or your next hot date. It is very flattering. So it's not just a lifestyle. It's not just clothing. It's office leisure apparel for the sport of business. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/hard factor. That's cutsclothing.com/hard factor for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. And it is very nice.
Get yourself a t-shirt and hoodie from them.
This stuff is really dope.
You'll feel good.
It is nice. It's tailored fit. Nice and
yeah, it's slimming.
All right, guys, let's take a 5-star review. So real quick, if you're new to the show or if you're old to the show, here's the deal. Apple Podcasts, right? Slowly, well, it's still number one, but not for long because Spotify's coming for that ass. However, it is still a major distributor of podcasts. One of the ways that Apple Podcasts shares or features editorials is with positive reviews. So we ask, here's the deal. On Fridays, put that review away, Bubba. Put that review away. I'm not doing my spiel.
Pop it up. No,
so we ask on Fridays, right? If you give us a 5-star review during the week on Apple Podcasts, we will read it verbatim. It's got to be 5 stars, and you can talk some shit to us if you want to. You can also say nice things too. So let's get into it.
Well, if you're in there, hit subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe like 5 times.
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
you're already in there.
Toggle downloading the collection, the back catalog, the whole thing.
Download all the shows.
All that.
Hell yeah. Because we're going to the fucking top, boys.
Hell yeah.
And the Hardo Hive's coming with us. Bubba, please put up the first review. Titled 3 Boobs. This is from The Awoken One. Definitely a 3 Boobs podcast. But Pat reminds me of that cooler, older cousin that would buy you beer and smokes when you were in high school. And I think when he says 3 boobs, he's talking about those Total Recall tits.
Oh, yeah.
Which were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And what else?
Either
what other 3 boobs could there be?
It could be the other 3 of us. It could be that we're 3 boobs and Pat is the cool older cousin.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I read it.
Yeah.
I read that I read it to call me a boob.
Wow, you guys are negative thinkers. I was
I mean, like
I was like 3 boobs.
I mean, if you read it literally, it's I think it's calling us boobs, but
Okay.
I'll go with you on the interpretation of Total Recall.
I'll also accept it either way, but
kind of call me a deadbeat. So I don't know if I'd rather be a boob or a deadbeat.
Well, it was a roast.
3 boobs and a deadbeat.
It was a roast, but it was also like he's got us in a mental trap because it could be good too.
That's a good movie. I'm gonna write a script for 3 boobs and a deadbeat.
Mm-hmm.
That makeup job was way ahead of its time.
My
third
God,
boob,
dude.
And the face melting.
It was perfect.
It's like she really grew the tits. Cole Hagen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, bro.
You couldn't titty fuck her though, because there's no.
No, you'd need another dick.
There's no gap. No, there was no gap though. There was like.
Well, the lady likes to leave something.
You could get creative.
Desired.
You could get very creative. The Awoken One, great review.
You suck the middle one, guys.
And you were dead on. 5 years ago, when I was 30 years old, I was almost arrested for buying random teenagers beer at 7-Eleven. Like skin of my teeth got away. All right, next one. Is Wes okay? Or I'm sorry, keep it up, dudes. Oh, wait.
That's what I do.
Keep it up, dudes. And this is from Mike _____D. Yeah. God, I love that intro. Gets me fired up on my way to work every morning. Love your guys' outlook on things. Always keeping it real and a supply of good laughs. Hope the show only gets bigger and bigger. Quick question for all the dudes. When do you think Biden will step down and Kamala becomes El Pres?
Yeah, he wrote this. He wrote this like before the.
That's so funny.
President Harris incident.
Before this whole week of like bloopers.
Good timing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Mark, I think he guessed 2022.
Well, I thought he was going to go all the way. I've been saying he's going to go all the way the entire time. I'm now flipping. I'm going to say October 2022.
So, like right before the next election cycle, to try to give a shot in the arm.
That would be stupid of them, but I'm going to October 2022. Yeah.
Interesting. Right before the November 2020. I don't know. I think he's going to step down. I have no idea when it's going to be. I can tell you this. It'll be after a public gaffe that is so bad enough that that just nobody can stomach it anymore.
Are you kidding? Will, you are right that will play a factor in it, but this is the same administration that was literally press spinning a dog biting a human and pretending that the dog was already on a trip to Delaware on its own.
Well, they're going to spin it forever. But.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they will not go down with the gaffe. The gaffe will happen, and then they'll spin it into a different.
I think he's going to. But
it'll happen. But the real cause will be because of the gaffe. They'll spin it and say that it's something else.
But Trump got like very low ratings and like got impeached twice. And like people started.
No, but this is like dementia. I'm saying.
I know. I think that's what's going to happen. Is like back to the point of the 2022 cycle. I think he's gonna get too stressed out again because they're gonna demand too much of him during the 2022 cycle, and I think it's gonna be a physical thing where he has to step down. A gaffe is not gonna do it, like Pat said. Like they can spin gaffes,
right? But I'm saying it's gonna be a dementia gaffe. I'm saying it's like his brain will just like basically
they'll spin it.
I
think he's gonna have to want to quit. Like.
I think he's going to go January 2022. I think he wants to spend one Christmas in the White House and then he's done. That's it.
All right.
Also,
Christmas. You got the under.
Gaff or not, there's always hips. Those things seem to break in old people. All
the
time,
but he's already gone over a broken foot, so I don't think that bones are going to stop. I think it's
he was towering over Putin in that picture.
Osteoporosis is a real thing. Yeah. All right, final review, guys. Is Wes okay? From Da Loomer. Great podcast, but have concerns about Wes. His intro of, quote, "If you like Hard Factor, and we hope you do," sounds like an ASPCA commercial. Was he under duress while reading that, or had he just gotten some bad news? But everything else considered, you guys are great. I started listening just before the pandemic started, and you all have helped kept me sane, somewhat informed, and provided quite a few laughs during this past year. Keep up the good work.
Nice.
Wes, are you okay?
I mean, relatively, yeah. I'm all right.
If you like Hard Factor, and we hope you do.
You like Hard Factor, and we hope you do. Yeah, I mean, I'll fucking change it if this guy hates it that much and it's bringing people down.
I mean, is it? I haven't listened to it recently, but
I don't care.
Do you feel like it's a downer? Do you feel like it's hurting people's days?
I think I sound car into a wall.
I think I sound great, but
I thought it sounded okay too.
It might. Hey, you know what? It is monotonous to hear the same fucking thing for over and over and over again. Something like that, like an announcement. The song is different; it's fire. But that I understand. Maybe we should change.
Maybe what we need to do is get some air horns in there. Like,
there we go.
Yeah. Hey, if you like Car Factor, we hope you
some
do.
Whistles, Pitbull style.
I'll work on something.
Green.
No, you have to say if we like Hard Factor, and we know you do, fun guys and girls. Because it's you gotta change it up a little bit.
Okay. Break it down. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hey, if you haven't checked it out, we got a Patreon. It's awesome. If you want more Hard Factor, patreon.com/Hard Factor. To all the patrons, shout out. To all the Hardo Hive, shout out. To all the mail workers, postal workers. Sorry, guys. We love you. Also,
get the fucking free stereo, guys, for Christ's sake.
Get the free stereos. Oh, guys, the Keister Yeaster shirt is coming out. So,
yeah,
nice.
So, Yeaster on the front.
Yeah. And you can have it in time for Easter, guys. So make it a keister, yeaster, Easter.
Yeah, it'll be in the store in the store today.
Easter on the front, keister on the back. It's pretty clear. It's pretty fucking
color
clear.
coordinated.
Yeah. Have a great fucking weekend.